Hello and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan. My pronouns are he, him, any, and I'm playing Ruby Weapon, the drag icon. No, what is she? What's the actual class? It's a charismatic hero, I think?
Charismatic hero. That's right.
Yes, charismatic hero, yes. But she is iconic. She, her, any is good. And I am joined by some wonderful people, really great friends. Please welcome Jamie Lee-Bonés.
Hello, I am Jamie, she, her, and today I will be playing Jewel Stone, also she, her, the agile hero and martial artist. Hiya!
Kick through a brick, just like John Oeth.
All right.
Except your bullets are shoes and
Or
fists.
shoes and fists, yes. But I still have the same affinity for puppies.
Puppy lover himself, please welcome Alex Herrera.
Hello, I'm Alex, he, him. I am playing Artanis Rinn. Tough hero, private security with a military tradition background. I think I covered all of them this time. Last time I didn't get any of them.
Tough hero with a heart of gold.
Yes, very big heart of gold. Absolutely. Though he loves animals. Puppies are great. He loves puppies. Me too.
No gold in her heart, but gold on her fingers. It's Susan Spenader.
Hi, I'm Susan Spenader, she, her. I'll be playing Elysia Valerius, also she, her. The Shinra Battlefield Medic Smart Hero. And also I'm not wearing my wedding ring, so no gold. Oh no.
Well, but I was going to say also unofficial sugar mama.
Yes.
So, she's making it rain for all of us.
Yes, that's the gold is it for on everyone else right now.
Making it rain.
For a one shot, when you're rich, you just gotta spend all the money.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it doesn't go down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And he's not going down. He's just rising up to the top. Our lore... No, I always get this wrong. What is it? Materia Master. Our Materia Master, Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Xavier, the Materia Master. Oh no, keep her. You did it. You did this to me. What are you doing? Keep her, man.
I get in there. I'm like a brainworm.
Yeah, I'm Xavier, he, him, and I will be mastering the game of Final Fantasy VII. That's it. Nothing. Well, nothing to say except that I'm very excited. Not to date the episode, but the game's coming out pretty soon, and I'm pretty excited. Don't tell my bosses, but I took time to put some PTO.
Hell yeah, brother. That's what I did with Baldur's Gate 3.
That's what PTO's for.
Exactly so. Well, we're about to in our game that we're playing, we're about to go on a journey. We last left off in the vehicle called TH3W4Y, the way, and we were going on our way, and I can't wait to see where that takes us. So Xavier, please take us away.
We pick up things right where we left them off. We follow a large truck with sort of this open bed, kind of like a large pickup truck with a structure to allow a tarp to cover what it's carrying. And what it's carrying are machine parts, a lot of heavy machinery that's been repaired by one Tracy of Tracy's mechanic shop fame. And the whole crew has joined Tracy on his way to the Mythril Mines to the east, where they decided they were going as well. And as the camera sort of like follows the truck from not too far, we have a good view of the surrounding area, the Junon area. And to the left of the road, we have just a vast open plains with forests in the distance and a mountain range far in the distance. And to the right, we have the ocean, the vast ocean with all the archipelagos, the islands where Medill is located far in the distance, possibly Fort Condor at this point in time. I'm not so sure. It might still be on land. We'll have to see in a few weeks. But overhead, there's like 4 of these pretty large birds just gliding on the winds, kind of like following you up in the distance. They're like these very angular and sharp looking birds, almost like shaped like fighter jets. They're purple. And they just like follow you, gliding on the winds, and then at some point they break off over the ocean. And we close in on the truck, and we see our friends, our heroes. There's Artie and Jewel in the back of the truck, kind of like finding the most comfortable spot they can. Jewel is on her PHS looking at texts from Sector 6. There's a few texts from the neighborhood watch, kind of like updates, number of fiends slain during the last few days, kind of updates on the collapsed highway bandit situation, just news from your work. And meanwhile, Artie is kind of like lodged between 2 really large pieces of machinery. There's really no other place for you to sit. And inside the driver's cabin is Tracy driving, and we got Ruby sitting in the middle seat, and a very tired Elysia sitting shotgun. And as I mentioned last time, this is like a 5-hour drive. So there's time to talk, time to get comfortable, or like scoot your butt so you don't get uncomfortable for that long a ride. Because Tracy is not making a stop. He's got work to do. But just briefly, what's in everybody's headspace? Where's everybody at?
Does Elysia feel some relief once we get far enough away from Junon?
Yes, but let's get back to that.
Okay.
Let's talk about like the first 10 minutes leaving Junon.
So I was going to suggest sleeping, because I can finally maybe do that.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Ruby is like, it's good to get away, you know? Like, it's good to break up the routine a little bit. And when you're in the slums, even at the Honeybee Inn, even as exciting as the Honeybee Inn is, it's work and it's her job and it's routine. So I think we talked a little bit about this before too, but like it's so nice to like see the sky and the ocean and the mountains that you described, like to see all that nature in its grandeur and not be like choked with smog and like the rotting pizza on top of all of us. Like it's just really refreshing, I think. So yeah, I think she's probably like feeling the wind in her hair. Just really enjoying it.
Yeah, Artie would be looking out the whatever windows we have. Oh, we're in the truck, so he's in the back, I would assume. So he's in the back, yeah.
So you're feeling the wind.
He feels
in
the
your
wind
hair.
too, yeah. But it's more of like a trying to distract himself, right? Because now he has to get in the mindset of figuring out what happened to Kenton and why Kenton's last days or whatever were such a mess. What happened to get him in that mess? Like, how did it get this bad? So it's just him running through scenarios. What could he have done? And the whole while not trying to hold it onto his face. He's trying to make sure it's like buried. He doesn't want Ruby to worry too much because he already told him way more than he wanted to. He's like, this is a personal issue, but he understands he needs his friends to help him with this, but he doesn't want to burden them too much with all the emotions he's got. So it's him staring at nature as well, but instead of seeing it for its beauty, he's kind of sitting there wondering, like, what did Kenton see before he died? What was the last thing he saw? Did he get to see nature? Was it something far worse? What was it?
I think Jewel is mostly excited about the prospect of camping. It's not something that she's ever done before. Heard a lot about it. There's these thing called s'mores that she's pretty excited about. And if Artie needs a distraction, she would happily provide an onslaught of questions about what this experience is going to be like. Are we going to run into anything? Are we going to go forage for our own food? Do you think we'll fish? Have you ever done fishing before, Artie? Like all sorts of like random questions. Maybe we'll see a shooting star. She's just so elated to be out camping right now.
She's had a bunch of coffee too recently,
yes.
right?
She recently downed a coffee before we got here.
I think Elysia, there's points when you're so tired, you know, like when you stay up for 24 hours, it's like adrenaline, and then like the down. Even though you stay awake, she's on that down part where it's just like you're so silent and insular. You get to that point where you're just like, I can't even talk with, that's not, no. So she's probably just staring out the window and kind of seeing the scenery, but it's also just like just trying to exist.
Well, like I said, like that's the first 10 minutes. On the 11th minute, Elysia just falls asleep. There's not even there's no way to kind of like resist it at this point.
Oh, good.
You crash. And Ruby and Tracy notice that for sure. And Tracy will ask, "Is your friend okay over there?"
Oh yeah, she's just a little tired. Had a long evening.
Okay, yeah. Not my business. You young people, you do what you need to do.
He called me young.
I think Artie'd see this. Yeah, well, you know, take good care of yourself. It's not that bad. Good skin.
You're in the back of the truck with the wind blasting in your face. I don't.
Yells.
Unless there's a
We've
window
got the little
open.
window
There's a
open.
window,
Yeah, the
yeah.
little truck window.
Yeah.
All right, but I picture you yelling that more than anything.
Well, you take good care of your skin,
Sunscreen every day.
even in the dark room.
And moisturize.
Yeah, I never got into that. Too many creams.
When we get back, I can hook you up. Don't worry.
I'd love to see your morning routine.
Oh my gosh, I can't. We'll sit down together. It'd be so great. We'll take 10 years off you, Artie, I swear.
You want to drive? You guys want to drive and talk? I mean, I'll sit in the back.
No, you're good. No. Nope.
And I picture the rest of the trip being sort of like lighthearted. Tracy's not a shy man. He'll strike up conversation the whole way. He'd probably, since Elysia's sleeping, he'd be talking with Ruby the most probably. And I think you'd be exchanging like stories about pre-Midgar days, like your youth, like what brought you to the Midgar area. The days of what's known as the Republic of Junon before Shinra declared war on the Junon area and won and occupied the whole area, and how they used to run public transportation between cities and maintain roads, and now that's all over. All things like that are gone, days gone from the past. Now everything's so isolated, and like Shinra doesn't even bother to maintain connection between cities.
Yeah, I love that because I was just thinking like Ruby's probably feeling like thinking about her younger days with all this running around, you know, because now she doesn't really like travel very much, too expensive, and she's kind of too old to do it. Yeah, this makes her feel like young again, so like reminiscing with this guy feels really nice, feels homely, feels comfortable, and she probably takes like a little coat and puts it over Elysia as she's sleeping.
Yeah, that's cute. After everybody's had a few heartfelt conversations, exchanged a few jokes, stuff like that, Elysia, you hear knocking on your window, and that kind of like startles you awake.
Yeah, the startle, and then looks at the window.
There's a young men kind of like standing at the window, sort of like knocking again. Like he sees you're awake now, and he's sort of like gesturing, mouthing like, "I gotta show you something."
She looks back and looks for her friends.
Everybody's kind of like having a conversation, but you can't hear anything they're saying. And the truck is still. It's not moving. And everything outside is just infinite ocean one side, infinite plains and mountains in front, behind, and to the left. You're sort of like just stopped in the middle of the road. And there's this Jesse Pinkman looking 20-something-ish guy with a beanie on and like spiky Square Enix hair sticking out of it.
Uh-oh.
Love it. I also got the spiky Square Enix hair.
Yeah. Same hairdresser.
Yeah. Elysia, looking at her friends, seeing the conversation, is now curious, like, okay, they don't seem to be reacting, so she'll open the door.
Cool, come on, I gotta show you something. And he'll just like trot and enter the back, like the flatbed from the back, like open the hatch, and like he'll climb over it. Yeah. And he'll walk over Jewel.
Elysia will take just one moment looking back at Ruby and then step outside and just follow. And then look at Artie and look at Jewel and what? But just keep following, confused.
And he starts talking to you, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just looking for something. Hold on." And he drops down like to where Artie is sitting, and he kind of like takes a look at Artie face to face, and he starts rifling through his pockets.
What are you doing?
I'm just looking for a thing. Yeah, I really lost myself there for a little bit. Thanks for coming along. I heard you, so I managed to kind of like gather myself again, so I can finish this.
So many questions. Like it goes through her head instantly. Like, gather yourself. Heard me. What? But what comes out is, who are you? Who are you?
It's not really important right now. I don't have a lot of time before I go back. So let's just say I'm a good friend of Artie's, and you seem to be good friends of Artie too. So we're best buds. But you're the one I came to see, because you're the one who's been shouting nonstop, and that's how I managed to reform. I think you can cut it out. You can stop yelling. We heard you. It's fine. You knock it off. You're gonna attract some bad spirits, I think.
Wait. Who heard me? What? Heard me yelling?
Okay. I'm not an expert on this. Hold on. He keeps rifling through Artie's pockets. He takes out the like key lime pie, takes a bite out of it, throws it behind his shoulder. Okay, there it is. There it is. And he takes the hard drive, like the portable hard drive. He tosses it at you.
It catches it, fumbles for a moment, and catches it.
You good with computers?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Because Artie's not, and I think I think you should have it. Whatever is inside it. I think it's gonna be very important for everybody. But it's encrypted, and I couldn't get it decrypted, so I wanted to go to Midgar and give it to Finn. But I got shot, so there's no time. So you, if you can, decrypt it. Everything that's in it is yours.
You're Kenton?
You know me.
You're dead.
I am, but I'm here now, but not for long. So stop interrupting, okay? Take this, decrypt it, keep the information, make sure Shinra doesn't find it or find you with it, and then take down Shinra or whatever comes up. I hope. Gee, I was shot. I hope this is good. But anyway, just before I leave, you're good with computers. You're good with fax machines?
That's a computer.
Okay. So you know how you call a fax machine with your PHS? It's just a horrible, horrible screeching noise.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. You gotta stop calling the fax machine with your PHS. Use the same number, but with a fax machine. You send images. Okay? That's how fax machines work. If you stop calling the fax machine number with your PHS, you're gonna stop hearing horrible screeching noises. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Don't overthink this. Try to get some rest. It should come together real neat.
Okay.
I think my time's up. So he looks down at Jewel. You know if she's seeing anyone? Oh, what the hell? What am I saying? No, okay. Doesn't matter. Say hi to Artie, saying I'm grateful. I'm at peace. I can RIP. Tell him I'm really happy he came by.
Okay.
And you kind of see him like dissipate in this green mist thing slowly, like coming out like off of his skin. And he just says, "It's time to wake up, time to wake up, miss." And then you hear that voice again, and it's Tracy saying, "It's time to wake up, miss." And then you're in the car again with everybody.
I jolt awake and then instantly look for the encrypted data.
Yeah, well, you're back in the driver's cabin.
Yeah.
With Ruby.
I wanted to see if maybe that was still there because I was still holding that, and that's
It's
what
not
I was
on
like.
you right now.
Okay.
It's not on you.
So she does that pat thing and then looks around. Are we there?
Yeah, it's time to wake up, miss. We're here. And you are, in fact, stopped at this kind of like parking area of this mine. There's this big lot with like, it's got vibes of like Far West Gold Rush, like wooden buildings with modern amenities and equipment technology. It's got like very like these wooden shacks, like wooden cabins almost when you'd go like for a hike with like these signs and like just there's nothing that screams Shinra or Mako here. This seems to be like from an older era. But still, you can see kind of like Mako pipelines running through the mountains in the distance. Like you can't not be reminded of his presence here. But you're at the entrance of the mine. There's like workers' lodgings, a foreman's, like a little cabin, and like everything you'd expect to see from a big old mine.
Lisa's still trying to come to, and then like gets out of the car and looks wherever Artie is. Looks to him for a moment, like she wants to say something, and then she will say, "Did Kenton have blonde, spiky hair and typically wear beanies?"
He's like gets caught off guard. I would imagine he's like getting off the truck and getting his pack. He's like, well, I'm sorry. What was that? Kenton?
Yeah, the kid your ward, the one who recently died.
Ward's a heavy term. He was more of a pupil, I'd say, but yeah, he was a scruffy looking kid. He had blonde hair. He liked to wear beanies. Yeah, that's pretty much spot on. But I mean, most men his age kind of did that growing up. Why do you ask?
And then Elysia's going to take a moment like I am and look off into the distance and then look back at Artie. I think I just talked to him.
You see Artie's kind of eyes go a little open. Excuse me?
Was he really like a fast talker, almost all over the place? Would Jewel be his type?
What?
Yeah, he looks at Jewel. Well, the boy, no accounting for the boy's taste. He considered himself to be pretty charismatic. I considered him more kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest. But yeah, he had the gift of gab, so to speak.
And then there's like a click. You could almost see it on Elysia's face. Those voices in my head, I think they're the deceased.
Oh. It's like, he kind of looks around. You mean spirits?
Yeah, and he made it seem urgent of, I need that disc you got.
Oh, you're talking about the drive, the data drive.
Yeah, I'm really good with computers. He wanted me to decrypt it. Also, he said he's at peace. He could RIP now. And then he asked if Jewel was single. But never mind that.
You see, Artie's kind of like squinting for a second, like, what the hell? And then when you say, like, oh, he said RIP, I don't know about talking to spirits. I mean, look, no offense. I know you've done a great service for my friends, and I appreciate you coming out here, but I really got to question your motives, miss. Why? Why would you help me?
Xavier, have I lost any of my exhaustion?
Yeah, take one off.
Okay. Because I was just about to say, in character, I'm feeling a lot more clear-headed than I have in a while. Being away from the city and Shinra was no help when this happened to me. They basically just wrote me off, sent me to a hospital, gave me some drugs, and then shoved me to Junon, not trying to help me, and then denied that anything happened when I kept bringing it up. And now faced with this moment of trying to help your pupil who was actively going against them, it almost seems like this is what I have to do. And it'd be nice to use the skills that I learned from them to stick it to them, you know?
Oh, yeah, I understand completely, actually. All right. My fears aren't exactly at ease, but I do feel slightly less apprehensive. And he's going to pull out whatever this data disk looks like, because at this point, I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's like I'm going to envision it as one of those zip drives from like the mid to late 1990s. You remember those things? The big
exactly.
discs? Yeah. Yeah, he'll pull out the 1999 zip drive from his pack. And I say that because most everything in Final Fantasy VII, if I remember correctly, had like labels. If they had dates, it'd be like 199X. Like it would always have the weird, these
Sounds
weird
good.
number system on it. So he'll have that, and he'll hesitantly hand it over to Elysia. I'm not gonna lie, I'm no good with computers and the like. PHS is the only thing I really know how to use, and even that is a little troublesome sometimes. You know, they charge you if you want to get these things called like a ringtone, the different sound of the phone ringing. They charge you for those. Highway robbery.
Let me see your PHS later. I'll break it and get you all the tunes for free. I'll get you the midis for free.
Huh. All right. You're starting to convince me otherwise. I'm still not. And he kind of like side glances. I'm not 100% sold on this talking to spirits thing, but Mako is a very unique substance. It can do all kinds of crazy things. I wouldn't be surprised if it's caught up in all this as well. I mean, it is the Lifestream we're literally pulling out of the planet, so hell, anything is possible.
If you had asked me 2 months ago, I would have said to myself that I was crazy, but it just seems right as soon as I realized it.
It doesn't sound like you're going to have much of a future with Shinra anymore, Elysia. And since now you can talk to the spirits within, there's always a place for that kind of skill around Sector 3. We can make a lot of money that way.
If it helps stick it to Shinra, I'm in.
Something to think about for later.
I just want to go on the record and say I am not interested in any boys or any distractions, okay? I am a career-driven woman.
That's fine, Jewel. I'm sure we'll let him know when we decide to start talking to spirits together. I'm sure we'll give him the message.
What's your career, Jewel?
I'm trying to make the world a safer place.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's admirable.
Yeah, that's a good goal. It's a good goal. It's a good goal.
And not really knowing what she's doing, Elysia will even put her hand to her head or something and she'll somehow try to put out a thought. She's not interested. Not knowing what's happening, but trying to let Kenta know in some way.
I 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 1
And while this conversation is happening, Tracy's just been like offloading stuff from the truck, just like respecting your privacy, just like, but you're still like in his shit, so he'll just like let you speak, but he'll like take out these really heavy pieces of metal. And eventually someone from the mine comes to meet Tracy, who showed up. And so they start having this conversation. He's this like really tall dude, maybe in his 50s, kind of like thin, but still got like that those gaunt muscles. Kind of like a Southeast Asian complexion, dark graying hair that are kind of like swept back, just like with his hands and like held in place with sweat and like mine grime. He's wearing like this tank top with suspenders and really big like baggy pants, and this really nice little like scarf, like a bandana scarf tied around his neck. He's got style. He's got riz. So you're Tracy's stowaways, huh?
That's correct. Although stowaways is kind of a negative term, I'd like to think we're hitchhikers. That's
Okay.
that's a little more colorful, I think.
We were invited.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome to the Mythril Mines. I'm Keen, foreman here. What business you have here? Are you looking for work?
Actually, I'm looking for someone in particular. Perhaps you could point me in the right direction. A friend of mine goes by the name of Wallace.
Wallace is a friend of yours. Well, friend of Wallace, is an acquaintance of mine. First of all, roll deception for me.
Yeah.
Let's roll. I don't think we've rolled anything since the big robot fight.
Nope.
Yeah.
Deception is +0. What the hell am I doing?
What are you doing?
Artie's just been lying a lot to strangers this trip. For no reason.
15 flat.
I'm afraid Wallace doesn't work with us anymore. He quit 2 weeks ago. He went back to Kalm. If you want to meet up with him, he's staying there. Miss him. Wallace was he could carry his own weight and more.
Interesting.
The work's just got a whole lot harder since he quit. Dude could mine and take care of the nasties that are making their way inside the mines. We've been kind of slow these past months, and they just, the monsters are just keep multiplying. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been real tough.
Wallace, tough fella then, that Wallace.
Tough fella. He could take you all on with the one good hand he had.
He kind of raises an eyebrow. One good hand. What do you mean?
Oh, well, the other, let's just say the other arm, he had one arm equipped for mining, the other arm was equipped for blasting the vermin.
Artie kind of catches himself, and he's like, well, when I met him, he still had both hands, I think, unless he was fooling me.
Didn't tell us much about his past. He was pretty reserved, but hey, if you're longtime friends, you know more about him than I do.
Yeah, very much so. I am 100% correct in what I am stating. Thank you for your time, Keen. You mind if I take a look at where he was staying? He has something in mind. He said he'd leave it for me somewhere, or I have to go get it, and I'm hoping I don't have to go all the way to Kalm for it.
I'm gonna make you roll more, because you just keep spinning these webs of lies.
Lying.
4.
Okay.
Caught up with you finally.
Got
Your throne has collapsed.
Yeah. Oh no!
Well, the workers' lodgings are kind of like off limits, privacy and all.
Of course, yes.
Unless you have a warrant.
No, I'm not. I ain't part of the authority. None of us are part of the authorities. But
Elysia looks away.
Bottoms or tops, we all hate cops.
Yeah. He'll point to Ruby and nod. But you know what, Keen? I appreciate your time. Any word on getting a ride to, I don't know, Kalm or in that direction, that general vicinity?
We don't have anyone planning to go back to Kalm today. A couple days we have some people. I'm driving back to Kalm. Are you in a hurry?
Somewhat.
Are we?
I don't really think we are. I mean,
What is the truth and what is a lie with you now?
I want to see if he's lying to me. If he's like, no one's going that way. I don't have anything going out that direction. It's like, do you? So
Wallace said he'd have a kid show. Kenton kid show up, and he said we could drive him if he ever asked for it. And he looks at Tracy. I heard the news, Tracy. I'm real sorry about what happened. And Tracy kind of like shakes his head from all the way over there, and he's like, "Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it."
yeah, I think we'll be okay to take a ride in a few days. How many days you talking?
4 or 5.
You see Artie kind of like blow out air, like, okay, well, no sense in rushing things, I guess.
Is there anything we could do for you? And maybe abscond with one of your workers for a ride just a little quicker.
Me, Xavier, is trying to
flirting,
figure
Ruby?
out if you're flirting or not.
Okay, I'll be honest. Ruby is not flirting, but absolutely everything she says is going to come across that way.
Yeah.
It's just that our quotas are very high, and we don't have the working force to make ends meet. So I can't really afford to have anyone leave for the next few days. And then Tracy walks up. He's like, Keen, come on. These people are Kenton's friends. Do it for Kenton. Do it for me. You can consider your dad paid after that. Do it for Kenton. And you see Keen sort of like thinking about it. Okay, yeah. Look, I can take my lunch break early today, and maybe I can drive you to the Chocobo farm. Is as far as I can get over lunch. Maybe from there you can get yourself a ride. Yeah, if we leave now, we might be able to make it in time.
Sure. That sounds great. You mind if we take a little pit stop here for a while? I mean, my back is aching, and I'm sure some of my friends need to use the facilities, if that's okay.
Yeah, take your time. But if you want to leave now, I'm leaving now because it's lunch break. I got an hour for you, tops.
Right. No more than 5 minutes. That's all we need right now.
Yeah, go pee. Go piss, girl.
He'll move with the group towards like whatever the facilities look like, and he's gonna go up to Jewel. I have a favor I ask of you.
Yeah, what is it?
You're very good at climbing into small spaces and remaining unseen. Correct?
I mean, I can do my best.
I'm going to... This is Alex talking to Xavier. I'm going to clock the area and see where the bunks are. He's going to try and look just from a cursory walk towards the main the main structure and see if he can find which ones are the bunks.
Wouldn't be difficult, yeah.
He's like, don't worry, we'll get to the bathroom soon enough. And he's going to lean in. I need you to sneak into that building. Look for anything marked Wallace and take it with you before we leave. You have 5 minutes. Unless you do have to go to the bathroom, in which case I suggest you take less than 5 minutes stealing things.
Jewel is going to look excited and sort of like pat him on the back. You got it, Artie. You can count on me. And she's going to take off running.
Oh, and he'll say, like, as she's obviously doesn't hear it as she's running away, try to be quiet.
Stomp.
Yeah, those huge, heavy
boots.
steel-toe boots. Yeah. I'm gonna try and... Can I try and distract Keen?
Sure.
Just sort of like... So Ruby just kind of like saunters up and like hooks a finger underneath his scarf. Just like... And she's like, oh, this is really lovely. You've really got some style. Where'd you get this?
That's velvet. Yeah.
Velvet.
Not much of it around here. Yeah.
No kidding. Velvet, that's a bold choice for working in a mine. But I like it. I like bold choices. I'm sure you can tell.
You want to see the mine?
Absolutely, I want to see the mine. Do I get to wear a hard hat?
Oh, if you want. We have a few.
Yeah, she loops her arm around in his and goes for a tour.
All right.
A 5-minute tour.
5-minute tour. Meanwhile, at the workers' bunk,
Dun, 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 dun.
there's a few people there, like not a lot, but like walking around the premises. So there are eyes around, but not like I wouldn't say people are looking at you. How do you approach this building?
I think I'm going to approach it as if I belong there. Because if it's open, there's no locks or anything. Jewel's just going to sort of saunter in, maybe give a little salute to some gents as she's walking by, but it's trying not to...
literally no one inside.
Perfect.
Give me an investigation roll. Let's see how this 5 minutes go.
15.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. The rooms are divided by about like 4 bunks per room, and it's literally like bunk beds. So you have like each room has 2 sets of bunk beds, and it's pretty tidy. The beds are well made. The sheets are well placed. People seem to have either not a lot of people are staying in those beds, or people are very have very good discipline. Looking around, you see no clues of like a bed belonging to a Wallace, but you find a log like on the wall, just like entries and leaving, almost like a punch card, but just like signing in and out. And you do see like records earlier from like 2 weeks before, like Wallace, someone signing as Wallace, and then there's like the dates and stuff like that, and then their quota, an amount in weight of like Mythril Mines, and then there's like a kill count, kind of like in the margin, as if it's like it's not part of the form, but people have started like making a kill count for monsters and like stuff like that in the mine, and Wallace's kill count is like through the roof. Like there's not enough space in the margin.
Oh, jeez.
But that's about all the information you can find on the man, other than that he has not showed up, in fact, in 2 weeks.
Okay, there's no like bunk assignments or anything on this board.
No, exactly.
Okay.
Nothing to go off. Like, of all the belongings there, you can't single out anything that belonged to a Wallace, but you can see that no Wallaces have been here for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm afraid to say.
No worries. Well, Jewel will take note of the kill count and just, oh, geez, I guess I wouldn't want to be on that guy's bad side. And is going to start to head out. This time, hands behind her back, just sort of whistling. Doo 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 doo. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Doo doo doo. And is gonna leave.
Five minutes go by, unless Elysia has something she wants to do.
Can I use my PHS to decrypt this hard drive, or do I need access to a computer?
It'd be difficult. You do have in your inventory, though, a laptop, I believe.
Oh, yes, I will start the process then.
Okay. Yeah. So I picture you sitting on like either like on the back of the truck, like on the open hatch, or I don't know. You describe how you picture this, but
that's how I pictured it too. It would be look around and then sit cross-leg on the open hatch with the she'd put her bag on her lap and then put the laptop on top of the bag and plug in the hard drive and start getting it booted up to see what she has to deal with.
And so without even doing a computer's check, what you log on to is like access denied immediately. But what you can surmise is that it's files. It's a disk that contains archived files, probably, that were being transported. And so it's not like not a virus or anything. It's not a
okay,
weapon.
good.
It really just is data storage. But to access it, you're gonna need like a password and clear and stuff like that. Things that you can bypass by hacking it, but then you're gonna have to like decrypt the files too. So it's gonna be like a little process, but you can get started in like these 5 minutes. Get accustomed to the tech here, the software, and it's
file
things
structure.
It's things you've seen. Like you work for Shinra in the like science department too, so like you can try like your own password. You can try like stuff like that.
I tried my own password.
In order to do this, we'll just do a nice, simple computers check.
Do I have disadvantage for my 2 exhaustion?
I think skills have disadvantage at 1.
I still have +8.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, 2 + 8, so 10.
Hey, 10. 10 will just like give you access to the files.
Okay.
They are indeed encrypted, but there's a lot, and they seem to be kind of like grouped or ordered by subject. And it seems like this specific disk has like a subject containing these files. Like it seemed to all be like related files on a subject.
Okay. And is the subject clear in the labeling, or is it like A01413, like, you know?
Exactly. That's the part you need to decrypt.
Okay. So I'll get probably that far in 5 minutes, and then once we get on the road, I will really start decrypting.
Perfect. Keen and Ruby like come back out of the mines. Keen's like, ha, yeah.
That was the shortest tour I've ever been on, but, you know.
I know. Well, it's a long staircase. In 5 minutes, we needed to like go back immediately up to make it in time. But yeah, if everybody's ready, we well, you'll be happy to hear that we're going back in. The ride is all the way on the east entrance of the mine, so we're gonna have to walk through it. Stay close to me, milady. Maybe everybody wear a hard hat.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Sure.
I'm not liable.
We want to be OSHA compliant, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, I guess as we walk in, they're going to be hanging on like some sort of entryway or some sort of landing area where it's like, oh, here, gear up before you go in the mines. It's got like hats and stuff. Yeah. Puts it on, doesn't fit. Puts it back, grabs another one, doesn't fit. He's like, crap. It's like his head's too big for the some of the hard hats. All the ones that are left, anyways. He'll find one. He'll get like that little adjustable plastic strap and like extends it to full maximum, and then it fits. He's like, here we go.
While we're fitting on our hats, Jula's gonna get real close to Artie and sort of whisper, "Artie, I couldn't find anything in there on Wallace except for that guy wasn't kidding. He seems like a beast."
What do you mean, beast?
Well, they had this kill count thing, and she looks over to make sure that nobody's listening. They had this kill count thing on the walls, and his was like really up there.
Huh. Okay, so this Wallace fella sounds like he can handle his fair share of scraps. That's good to know. I appreciate your effort, Jewel, nonetheless.
You got it, boss.
So Keen leads you down into the entrance, the first kind of like tunnel. It does go down right away, and you walk forward down these metal stairs.
I saw this part. It was riveting.
And eventually it kind of like opens up on this really huge area. It's kind of like almost naturally formed. And inside of it is kind of like the first quote-unquote outpost in the mine. So you have other structures, other small buildings, and then a lot of scaffoldings and like large metal beams holding the whole cavern together. And it really just creates this kind of like neat-looking just like underground cavern. That's it. So the whole mine is not just cramped tunnels, but rather the series of large spaces, both naturally occurring and just like mined up. And you see like a few branching paths further down, and Keen sort of just like acts as a tourist guide. He's just sort of talking about the mine and just like, Yeah, so, like I was saying, Wallace, we sure miss him. I mean, it's no secret that the world has moved past Mythril as the world's finest mineral, but not only that, but demand is low, but to get the ore, we gotta dig deeper and deeper, and eventually we just keep opening up more, deeper chasms that are just. Oh, turns out we opened a chimney that leads right up to a Mako deposit. Uh-oh, couple creepies crawling out of there, and faster than we knew it. Some tunnels had to be closed. Some new veins had to be prospected. It's been really hard to balance, fighting and mining. That, and on top of that damn Mako pipeline running through the mountains, Shinra had it. They diverted a few streams, natural water streams from up in the mountains. It all ended up going down eastwards on the east side of the mine, just flooding the glades down there. So I hope you brought some rubber boots, because we're gonna be walking in ankle deep water for a bit before we get to the car. But with all that polluted water, even the animals down there, they started getting aggressive and changing. So nowhere safe, but don't worry, you got me. And he points over at the back. We got Gladys over there. She's good at dealing with threats, but ain't no one replacing Wallace.
It's funny you should say that. My friends and I, we're pretty good at handling ourselves. I don't think you have to worry too much about that.
You sure you're not looking for a job?
Nah. Our line of work varies. It's a little different than standard, hack and slash.
Plus, I'll be honest, I don't think you were sold it very well. You kind of sold it as a dying industry.
Yeah, you led with the fact that, the ecosystem that your industry currently resides in is falling apart. It's kind of
Hey, I'm just saying it like it is.
No, look, I'm not here to
We're looking for desperate people.
I'm not here to judge you for your business decisions. It just feels like, trying to open a video rental store in an age of a different technology, if you understand what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is I thought you were desperate, but I am a poor judge of character.
No, you're right. I am a desperate man, but I have other agendas to complete, unfortunately.
That's good. Good for you. Yeah. I don't wish this on anyone. The one thing that's making it worthwhile in your life, just crumbling down in a matter of a couple months. It's gonna be tough for a lot of us. But luckily, there's this bar in Kalm I like, so I usually tend to go there and forget about my problems during nighttime.
Yep. Yeah. Sure.
Not all's bad.
Yeah. Libations.
What are the chances that we come across one of these Mako deposits you were talking about?
Well, it's pretty deep. I'm not gonna make you walk by there. It's really pretty,
okay.
though. Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Okay, phew. And she's gonna look over at Elysia.
Elysia will mouth thanks to Jewel.
Yeah, that'd be imprudent of me. But, hey, Gladys, you walk by Gladys. She's she's just really tough-looking little lady. A little short, just same kind of bandana that Keen is wearing, but wrapping her hair in it, kind of tied in the back of her head. And she's also wearing the same kind of the same setup, tank top and suspenders, big baggy pants. And she's just got this what's that tool called? That
jackhammer?
Jackhammer. Yeah, it's kind of like a jackhammer, but she's holding it sideways and into the wall, and she kind of just almost mean mugs you, but it's supposed to say hi.
I see velvet is a very popular fabric down here in the mines.
Oh yeah, that's our uniform. We take great pride.
They're the velvet miners.
You wear it very well, all of you.
Thank you.
Really helps the dust cling to you.
Yeah, it really absorbs. It really absorbs the water and dust that's down here.
And you keep walking. You know, there's a lot of uneven levels, and so you have to take a lot of staircases to go down another opening and then back up another opening. There's these like large roots sticking out of the rock above you, so like some trees are probably growing outside of it. And eventually, why don't everybody roll a perception roll?
Oh.
Wouldn't that be nice?
13 for Artie.
I rolled a 6.
9.
It's dark down here.
Oh, that sucked. Y'all, okay, that sucked.
It's very dark down here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's dark. I don't see anything. Ruby, is that you?
I'm over here. I don't know who you're grabbing.
It's not that dark. In fact, it feels almost like there's some light coming out from like deep underground. So like some of the tunnels have this green hue of like, just, like light. Or even the rocks themselves, like the Mythril gives the caves this kind of like shimmery feel to it. And there's a bit of like mists. It's a very mystical cave. And Keen like stops for a second. He's just like, did you hear that?
Hear what?
Okay,
No.
No, nothing? Okay, just me. Well, I'm always on my guard, you know. Never know when something's gonna show up. I just thought I heard someone. Alright, exit's this way.
How many days has it been since the last accident, Keen?
Oh, we have a sign right over here. Let's see. Let me show it to you. It says it has been 7 days, and when he says 7 days, you all hear a voice scream in the distance, echoing in the tunnels.
Oh no.
Gladys.
Hold that thought.
Should we be worried? That didn't sound great.
Yeah, that sounded like Dirk.
Wipes the sign, the 7 off the sign.
Okay, follow me. Stay close to me. Hold on to your hard hats, and maybe keep a hand on that revolver of yours.
Oh, you don't gotta tell me twice.
And he starts kind of like heading a separate little tunnel.
Follow Artie's in tow.
Elysia will push her bag in front of her, and then you start to hear jangling as she like opens. She's getting ready to get into battlefield medic mode, and you just see a lot of actually like vials and like potion bottles in there, and like a bunch of shit you didn't know that was in that, like in a lot for that little bag.
And with the whole group in tow, Keen starts walking faster and faster until he kind of like hits a jog. And he starts calling out to Dirk, who we can hear kind of like indistinctly shout for help in the caves further, but it's kind of like really hard to pick up where the sound is coming from. And then you kind of like pass different openings to other tunnels. Keen kind of like stops and listens to each of them. Maybe give me another perception roll, all of you.
Oof.
Oh, 13.
That is a 17.
I got a 16.
10 for Artie.
Nobody got over 20, right?
I would have.
No reason.
Nothing important.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Sound could be coming from 2 tunnels, basically. And so Keen picks up on that too. He's like, okay, could you 4 head that way? Just take a look. It's not a long tunnel. It should be a dead end. Just make sure Dirk's not there. I'll be heading this way, and if there's any sign of trouble, turn back.
All right, got it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Are you gonna be okay by yourself, Keen?
I know that. Yeah. I work here.
Fair enough.
All right, don't take too long.
All right. Be careful.
You two, find your man and get out.
Elysia will hand him a potion from her bag.
Damn.
Oh, I appreciate that. We'll
Yep,
take this.
I'm a medic, so if he's over there, just yell for us.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, okay. You should. Tell me if you need a job.
I knew he was
guy.
going to say that.
This guy is trying so hard.
And he takes off in his tunnel.
Artanis turns around. All right, well, looks like we are temporarily employed. And he's gonna pull out his gun and have it in that like Resident Evil running stance where it's like aimed downwards and you're running down.
Yes.
Fans open up.
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was saying nothing. I was just giving context to me doing something on camera.
We were all watching you.
Yeah, I was like, what's he done? Oh, you know what? I want to include as we're running down this the hallway, the cavern tunnel. Artanis gonna catch up to Ruby. So you and you know Keen, huh?
Oh, it's nothing. I just liked his sense of style, and he gives a very informative tour.
For just the stairs.
He packed a lot in, to those 5 minutes. He really cares about this mine. That's what I'm picking up.
I was about to say that's way out of you're way out of that boy's league. What are you doing?
I'm out of his league. Excuse me.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah. You
Yeah.
are. You are.
Oh, yeah. I get what you're saying. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Artie.
course.
I understand. Yes, he's a little.
I've seen some of your gentleman callers, and this one ain't no gentleman.
He's a little rough around the edges. He's a little.
I mean, he does own a business as they're running along.
A failing business.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to a vacation fling, so make the most of it, I guess.
As you're having this jolly conversation, you hear kind of like echoing noises again. But something's happening down this tunnel, and it feels like there's kind of like another staircase, like shaft, going upwards at the end of the tunnel, and it sounds like there's some movement, some possibly fighting happening up top of that platform that's above these stairs.
Dirk, is that you?
There's no response.
Oh, just screaming.
Shoot.
Look to the party as we're running, but
I'm not one for danger, but and Artanis will move, and as we get closer to the stair, I think he's gonna go up. He's gonna go up and investigate. As foolish as it is for him to do it, he's going up there.
Yeah, Ruby will go.
Jewel will too, because somebody needs our help.
Mm-hmm. And she's making the world a better place, damn it.
Yeah.
One little act at a time.
And so you walk up those stairs. It kind of does like just the one spiral, and then you're up on the other level. And once you can look and peer over the final stair, it ends up on this long and large platform that's been built. And on that platform, there seems to be some sort of territorial feud between some strange-looking, crab-looking creatures with very spiky legs and scissor-sharp pincers.
Oh.
And a flying lizard-like creature with insect wings fly by attacking those. And as you sort of like show up, they sort of like look around confused at your appearance and at each other, and they sort of like join forces and rush towards your way.
I forgot the little materia masters. What the hell those little things are called? The
Castagnettes.
yeah.
Castagnettes.
Roll for initiative.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crits, Final Fantasy VII Memories of Midgar Disc too. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you use. It's easy, free, and helps others learn about the show. Follow us for info, updates, and extra clips on our socials. We're on pretty much everything at Respect the Crit, or come be a part of our amazing community in our Discord. Artanis Rinn is played by Alex Herrera, who you can find at AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. Jewel Stone is played by Jamie Lee-Bonés, who you can find at Jamie MF Bones. Elysia Valerius is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find at Suze Laluz. Ruby Weapon is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me at iDunks. Our Materia Keeper is Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who you can find at Xavier TD. The music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists, whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work. The Everyday Heroes roleplay system is published by Evil Genius Games. And remember, whatever the system, miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the live stream.
Could you physically describe Kenton again? He was wearing the beanie. What color was his hair?
I'm thinking like blonde. No, there was kind of blonde hair. Yeah, no, he's blonde hair, like white hair. No, what is white hair? It's so tough. I'll stick with blonde. Gut, first instinct.
Okay. Kenton, blonde hair, beanie, younger. Okay.
Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse Pinkman.
We gotta cook, Mr. White.
Mr. Rinn.
Mr. Rinn.